Hello YouTube viewers and my friends. Today I come up with a new chess opening which is one of my favorite openings, that is Ponziani opening and Jaenisch counterpart. Here I am not covering the whole theory. I am explaining games which I have played in recently. I am going to show you the lines which are happened in my game. I have tried this game in different lines, so which are not covered in books. This is my own experiment. You should learn about it. This game between me and there is a player from Spain. He played as white. I played as black. The opening start with the following move order, that is e4, e5, which are very famous moves. My opponent played knight to f3 to attack this pawn immediately. So I have to defend this pawn with this, that is knight to c6. It is very logical. Here my opponent start with c3. Okay, his idea is to push this pawn to 2 steps forward and attack this piece. So this is his initial plan. Here I played knight to f6. Irrespective of this move, this opening I have played 100 times. Out of this I have won 45 games and 53 games are also lost. Though some of the games I made new lines which were not covered in any books. So that's why I lost some games. Some games I could not capitalize at the end. So anyway, you are going to see a good game today. You can see the fluctuations here. First, there is a flat line, whites dominate major portion of the game, and at the end I came back strongly and defeat my opponent. Here my opponent start with one strange move, that is pawn to b4. Next move, he has to push his pawn to b5 square and attack this knight. That's why I have to stop this pawn. Here I played the move pawn to a6, stopping him to play this move, and here my opponent play the move irrespective of this pawn and I capture the pawn, and he recapture with his bishop. Here the good move is knight capture e4, but I tried a new line, that is knight to a5. So here what his plan is, once he captured this knight, this pawn is undefended, so he can capture this pawn. That's why he played this move. Okay, here I respond knight to a5. Now this piece is undefended, so he captured the pawn without any hesitation. Here I played pawn to c6, attacking his bishop, and he dropped back his bishop to a4. I played bishop to d6, attacking his knight. He defended with pawn to d4. Here I dropped back my bishop to c7 square and he castled on king side. I played pawn to d6, attacking his knight. Here he played knight to f3. Now I push this pawn to 2 steps forward. It is attacking this bishop, and he dropped back his light square bishop to c2. Now castle on king side. Here my opponent played h3, stopping my bishop to g4 square to pin this pawn. It is quite natural. And here I played my bishop to b7. My opponent played his bishop to f4, attacking this pawn. Next time could play this move pawn to e5. Here I played pawn to c5. My opponent captured the pawn and I recapture with my pawn, and he captured my queen. Here I cannot capture queen both of my rooks, because if I capture with rook, this bishop is no more available. So I have to capture this with my bishop forcefully. Here my opponent played knight to d2. Now I played my rook to e8 square to attack this pawn. My opponent played knight to b3. Now I played c4 attacking this knight, and he come back with c5 square protecting this pawn from different end. I capture the pawn with my bishop, and he recapture with his bishop, and I capture with my knight, and he replayed interesting move, that is rook to e1 pinning this knight. If I foolishly capture this knight, he can capture my rook, so I have to defend this. Here I played pawn to f5 protecting this knight. Here my opponent captured the knight, and I recapture with my pawn, and he played knight to d2 square attacking the pawn. Then I played bishop to f6 ideas to capture this pawn. This is a mistake. Why? He can capture my pawn, then he protect this pawn also. That was happened in the game. He captured the pawn. Right now I cannot capture this knight. This knight protected by rook. Now I played my rook to d8. He captured my bishop with a check, and I recapture with my pawn. And again he captured my rook, and I recapture the rook. He played this move, bishop to h6. I place my rook to e2 square. Here my opponent played a4 attacking this pawn. If I capture this pawn, he can recapture with this rook. So here I played knight to b3 attacking this rook, and here my opponent did a first mistake in the game. He played rook to b1. It is a very big mistake. Here I captured the pawn. He plays his dark square bishop e3. Now I push my pawn one move further. Here my opponent come close to the rook. Now you can pause the video and find a best move for a black here. Okay, in the game I didn't play this move. So here the best move is rook capture bishop. So can you give a rook for a bishop? No. Okay, because rook is more powerful than bishop. Here the exemption, because if my opponent foolishly capture this rook, and I can give this fork, this attacks king and rook at a time, so this loses a material immediately. In the game I didn't recognize this move, and I placed my rook to c2 square. He played queen to e1 coming closer to my pieces. Now I push my pawn one step further, and he played one more mistake, that is rook to c1. I simply capture with my knight. He recaptured with his bishop. Now I finish the game with the move, that is pawn to a1, and get the queen promotion, and here my opponent resigned. So this game there were lot of mistakes from my side and my opponent's side also. So you can see the fluctuations. First there is a straight line, then I dominating my opponent for some time, and my opponent bounced back very strongly and maintain the tempo till the end. But at the end I capitalize my opponent mistake, and I came back very strong. Forget about the mistakes. So mistakes are happened in every game, so you have to learn from the mistakes. People likely to watch good moves, but they should also look out at bad moves, blunders also. Those will teach you lot. Trying to make mistakes and learn from those mistakes, you get a good perception. Those lessons in your mind for a long period of time. So thank you for watching my video. Subscribe my channel and share it to your friends.